Well, howdy, 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 everybody. Teresa here. Um, it is April 6th, 2021. Sorry. This is why I didn't make a video yesterday, because I have got kind of laryngitis type crap going on. Um, I get all emotional and then I cry and then I don't know, I just totally screw up my voice or what the story is, but it is what it is. Shut up, Brad Heidi. But anyway, Brad's here.
And Brad.
And Brad and the critters. And an alien is taking over. Sorry. I know everybody's probably like, oh my God. But, I mean, my voice does hurt some, but there's a lot of pollen in the air right now. And also, they're plowing the soybean fields across from us. Big time. So you ought to see all the dust and stuff. It's not really affecting my asthma stuff too much. That's probably maybe why I've been a little shorter of breath.
It could be.
You know what?
Love you.
Look,
Love you.
love you too. But anyway, uh, I've been fighting the laryngitis, and so yesterday I thought about making a video, and my voice was even worse. It's like I get up in the morning and shut up, Brad Heidi. It's not too bad. And then as the day goes on, shut up, Brad Heidi. Again, it gets worse. And so it is what it is. Like I said, it's April 6th, 2021. It's Tuesday. It's 4:58 p.m. Um, and we just came in from outside a little bit ago. Spent all afternoon outside. Really enjoyed it. Had the puppies out there. They would just enjoy it. Nixie was watching me. I was going back and forth because I was hanging up. I got this new flag in. I was getting like these double-sided flags, so whichever side you have out there. Ooh, see, I'm going through uh, puberty, evidently, because every once in a while my normal voice returns. Anyway, shut up, Brad.
I haven't said a word.
I was out there hanging the flag, and I was doing some other stuff, and Nick was really watching me. And I picked up the leash, and she just went crazy. She knew somehow that they were going to get to go out front with us, because we only have one tie-out lead right now. We need to pick up another one when Brad's disability comes in. So I had her on a leash. We had Charlie on the tie-out. He managed to dismantle the 4 solar lights we had out there in the ground. But I told Brad if he put them there that they were gonna, probably get dismantled by the dog, and he sure did. And then he tore off the poor flamingo again. And so Brad moved those, and then I had gotten this spinner that is also solar powered. So like at night, the uh, uh, ball will change colors, and my voice is returning. So he moved that for me uh, on a different location because we decided it was not getting enough sun. It wasn't going to really light up well. So you're talking about the yard and stuff, Brad, getting ready to plant inside some
Black bamboo.
black bamboo and
I do want to plant some of the pampas grass seeds.
yeah.
Get those started, and then the other bonsai trees.
Oh, are you going to do those?
I do. I want those.
So the pampas grass, we found where they had like you got pink, white, yellow, and a darker pink, and then what's it, a bicolor like blues and stuff. So Brad's gonna be messing with those. He's had some planting trays, and voice is getting better. And yeah, so he can be planting some stuff. Um, What else been going on? Brad had a wound care appointment yesterday, and I have been changing his bandage and stuff. Every night I take the bandage off, and or sometimes we leave it on overnight, and then the next morning I do, redress it, and then he has his compression stocking. Then we put another sock, and they gave him a tighter compression stocking because that foot is still really swelling. And man, it was like a complete workout to get that sucker on this morning. I mean, I tell you what, both of my arms were hurting and everything else getting. I mean, I thought maybe I was going to have to go get the Jeep and hook up part of that stocking to get it up on his leg. But we got it finally. It ain't going nowhere. It's staying right there. And then we put another sock on top, and he just goes around like that. I mean, he's just a one sock fool. But besides that, I'm feeling okay. I'm just feeling kind of tired and stuff. Um, uh, because as Brad's, um, whatever he has gets worse. I have to do more, and that's just life. But sometimes I get pretty darn tired because I was able to go 11 days this time without having to take any Lasix. And yesterday I finally had to take one of my Trosamide. Could you turn that down? What are you doing, weirdo? Can't help being weird?
I'm the normal one.
No, you're not. So anyway, so yesterday I did have to take one, which meant then I was in the bedroom, which meant then I cleaned and vacuumed the bedroom really well.
Yeah.
You still need a vacuum out here. And I'm making dinner tonight. Could you do me a favor and start that rice? Okay. I'm making oven fried chicken and Spanish rice, and I probably will do cucumbers to go with that, because we need to use those. Or I might do the cucumbers and tomatoes and onions. Do we have any purple onion left, or is it all white?
I thought we had some.
Okay. I don't know. That purple onion's been pretty darn hot lately.
Yeah.
So I got in my garden seeds. I'm excited about that. It's all kinds of different. Like we're gonna do some corn, of course, and cantaloupe, watermelon, pumpkins. I got some bare root strawberry plants coming. Cause see, all of this, I love to garden and grow stuff. That's my whole thing. That's my jam, man. I mean, like that. You bring me a flat of moss roses, I'm gonna love you forever. I love moss roses. I love petunias. We love peonies. I have some seeds for some climbing roses, some vines. That ought to be really pretty. Um, I almost really would love to have you build me a flower box that sits on the ground and then with a trellis that goes up out of it,
You can do that.
For those roses.
Okay.
Because I really don't want to have to plant them against the trailer.
Yeah.
I also got some, so we got a variety of like lettuce, spinach, broccoli, cauliflower. No Brussels sprouts, kind of a bummer. All kinds of different seeds. So that'll be fun. I could spend all day outside, man. I could.
It was nice out there.
I just love being outside. I do. We were outside watching them plow the fields, and at one point in time they had 3 great big tractors out there. And that's pretty cool to watch. Cause see, Brad worked on a farm before. I never did. I've always wanted to look at this hat, not behaving the way I want. I want a cowboy hat, man. You would think being a Wyoming girl, look at being a Wyoming girl, you would think that I would have a cowboy hat, right? Oh no, sisters. I do not have a cowboy hat. I've never had one in my whole life, a cowboy hat. Do you know
It's
this?
not right.
It's not right, man. I want me a cowboy hat,
Okay.
someday. I don't want an expensive one, though. I just want like a straw one, you know. My dad and my brother used to buy cowboy hats, and it would be the expensive, like beaver and stuff, and you'd have to store it a certain way. I didn't want a straw one, man. Preferably with maybe a feather sticking out, but decorative band. It didn't have to be painted because I'm thinking about painting this hat. I've been known to paint on fabric before. Don't look at me like that, man. I use regular acrylic paint on my shirts. Remember, I had that one that was stained, and so I did a whole design over the top, and it's great.
Well, you're not planning on giving me that hat back, correct?
No, I'm not.
Okay, because I mean, I
Because
don't.
I'm going to put flowers and stuff on
Okay,
it.
well, that's why I was
And
just
then I'm probably
approaching.
going to glue some rhinestones, maybe. I don't know what I'm doing on it. I don't want to.
Bedazzle it.
No, I don't want to make it too weird. You know, I could make it scary looking. But anyway, um, so been doing that and doing a lot of cleaning, sorting, moving TVs. Oh Lord, let me tell you, people, if you like psychological thrillers like Brad and I do, if you've not watched it yet, it's on Netflix called Shutter Island. Oh, it's got Leonardo DiCaprio and who's that other guy? You looked him up.
Yes.
But anyway, fantastic movie. It's a longer movie. It's almost 2.5 hours. But it is one fantastic. Starts out a little slow, but then you get quickly on the edge of your seat, and then you're kind of like, what the F? you know? So it was a great movie. Still don't know what I'm doing with my hair. I almost like to go in and have them process my hair because to lift off box dye black is very hard.
Mark Ruffalo.
Okay, that's the other guy that was in the movie. So, and I know this having, worked in a cosmetology in a salon and having been in the field. It's one of the things I used to do was color correction. So, okay, and with me saying that, you're like, well, can't you do it? Well, it's really hard to just do up into my grow line. See where it's coming in, and it's very silver and stuff. Um, so you don't want to get the bleach on that, depending on how much the bleach may swell. And I could ask Brad for help, but that's a little more. He's shaking his head no. That's a little more than he wants to do. And I'm growing my hair out right now, so um,
Me too.
I don't know if I should go in and have it done. I just want to go back to my natural color at this point in time. Forget dyeing it. It's a big pain in the butt. I liked it better when it was just silver and white. Just do me silver and white, okay?
I remember a few years ago it was
Oh, it still is.
becoming in fashion for these young
Mm-hmm.
girls to have
Yep.
gray hair.
Oh, I don't know how much. It might cost up to $100, though, babe. Well, maybe in a couple weeks. Yeah.
When the disability comes in.
Well, after we pay stuff. Because I think Brad's going to order his shed then. Got to pick up some medications. Medication is going to have to be put on hold until then, even though part of the medications is my antidepressant, which is kind of a problem because those of you that know me well know I'm bipolar, and I should not go off my medication. And as it is right now, I'm only taking half the amount I should. But and you may be going, well, you guys just ordered this stuff. We had a few bills that we weren't counting on, um, and it kind of crossed wires, and so some bills were accidentally paid ahead of time and stuff. So that left us a little short, and that happens in life. So we're just going to have to wait for a week or so, and I'm just going to have to try not to go insane until then. That's the only thing I'm worried about is the antidepressants. Well, and your antibiotics. Because to go off your antidepressants, and I'm only taking half the amount right now, and I've been fighting depression anyway. And those of you that know me well probably wonders, like, she's not putting out that many videos. That's why. The struggle is real, man. I'm not going to lie. You guys that know me know that I really struggle with depression. I always have. And to be honest, I struggle with some suicidal thoughts. I'm okay. If I wasn't, I would go into an inpatient, and but I'm just really, really honest and raw here. I do fight depression. I fight sometimes some very suicidal thoughts. Things have been really hard, and especially like with the family dynamics. You guys know the holidays are really, really hard on me. And I think in some cases it's even harder because, part of the family is not very far away. But there's nothing I can do about it. But does it make it hurt any less? I'm sorry.
You have no reason to apologize for you.
This is why I don't want to be without the antidepressants, though, because it's an antidepressant anxiety med, and if I'm like this right now, what am I going to be like? But there's nothing I can do about it. Sometimes I'm not the best with finances. And I forget that certain bills are coming out at certain times. you know. But I'll figure it out. It'll be okay. But I'm just being honest with why I'm not making as many videos and stuff is I'm really struggling with some depression issues and anxiety. And I think they kind of messed up my medication when I was in the hospital. I don't think they were giving me the full amount then.
I don't think so
Because
either.
they were only giving me that in the morning. I even tried to tell them I take it in the evening too, and they just, you know. So, you could always go in the bedroom and call and ask how much that one's going to be.
I'll just do it as soon as we're done.
Okay. But
I want to make sure you know you have my full support.
I'm all right. I just, I'm just honest that I don't think people should have to hide if you have mental health issues. People act like there's something wrong with you and that like you shouldn't say anything. And I say bullshit to that because it's better to talk about it, make people aware than it is to hide it. Both my sides of the family are really, really full of alcoholics, drug abusers, mental health issues, and everybody just kind of skirts around the mental health. And while I've never had a problem with alcohol, and I've never done drugs. I mean, I've tried pot a couple times. That was it. The mental health, I've had an uncle and an aunt commit suicide. And I know those of you that have been with me a while know, and this is back, we still lived in Wyoming. My one uncle died, and he died of AIDS. He contracted it from dirty needles. And the next day, my other uncle committed suicide. And then 3 weeks after that, my aunt committed suicide, and they were all siblings. You know? And I've tried to commit suicide before. And the paramedic said if I'd been 10 minutes longer, and I wouldn't be here. It was with pills. And it's just that day I'd had enough. There was some stuff going on in the house, and I was depressed anyway. Brad was home. I didn't say a word. Said I was going in and taking a nap. I went in the bedroom. Didn't even really think about it. Didn't leave a note or anything. I did text one friend and said, "Don't worry, I'm gonna be happy." They knew I'd really struggled, and took a bunch of pills, laid down. Next thing I know, Brad's in my bedroom waking me up, and said there's police officers there, and an ambulance had been called, and I remember walking down the steps of our house out to the ambulance, and I remember them pulling up to the hospital, to the, ambulance bay, and then I don't really remember anything for quite a long time. And Nixie, and I guess they worked on me for a long time, from what you guys say. But, and then I was on a 3-day hold in a mental health hospital. They only kept me for 2 days. They said I wasn't crazy enough. And it happened to be the director, happened to be a big art lover, and he'd also taken some classes up at the college. And so he kept calling me in his office, and we just kept talking about art history and art and stuff. And then I got in trouble because I was really bored, and we were on a break. You have all these therapy sessions. I'm sitting on a bench, and I'm just kind of looking up at the ceiling, and this one woman came in and asked me what I was looking at. And I told her I was waiting for the mothership to come take me home. Well, how was I to know she was going to believe me, okay? And so she's like she's just like freaking out, man, and running around telling all the other patients. And so you've got about 10 patients all, well, the woman I initially told started dancing, twirling. And so I got called in the office, could you please not tell the patients that, because they believe you. And I'm like, and then it was like, we're going to let you out tomorrow morning. We're going to let you out a day early. I'm like, well, what about tonight? It's like, my husband's right here, and tomorrow, he's got to work. It'd be hard for him to come get me. So, yeah, they let me out right then. I think they just like, get her out of here.
That is one of my all-time favorite stories.
Well, and then, okay, I'm an art major, man, fine art major, and they give you crayons because you can't have pencils, anything. So they're like, oh, here's the crayons, here's some paper, and I'm like, I am an art major. Oh, well, you'll be good at this then. No thanks. No thanks.
Well, maybe you should.
I wasn't going to color in a coloring book. These other patients were coloring in a coloring book. And it wasn't even an adult one. This is before that was all popular. And then use toothpaste to stick them onto the wall of your room. Yeah, that really goes on. But it's minty fresh. You know? Yeah. I convinced my roommate. I don't think I ever told you that. I convinced her should put all of her wonderful colorings on the, the doors have windows so they can look in on you. And we should put them all there. They couldn't look at us. They couldn't look at us. Well, you got male patients on the same ward, and they love to come by and perv on you. You know. So you got to get dressed in that bathroom, too, after you shower.
Well,
You couldn't have your shoes, because you couldn't have shoelaces.
didn't you tell me there was one guy in there that very, very frequently he was pleasuring himself and it didn't matter who was around? Oh, I thought it might have been somebody else that.
It wasn't me.
Okay.
No. I had one guy try to fondle my boobs. He was a perv. He'd go around all the girls and try to do that. I smacked his hand away so fast. I did. And then he's like this. Over to the corner. Over to the corner with the crayons. No crayon sharpener either. Because it's sharp. I'm like, really? And then, so they're like, want to make sure you're not suicidal or anything any longer. It's like there was been so many easy ways to, if you really wanted to. Come on now. Seriously. I could have ingested 1,000 crayons. But that waxy buildup, it does. What if you get one stuck sideways? Yeah. So, don't want to go back there. So, anyway, yes, I fight. I fight depression. And with what we're going through with Brad's health, and then sometimes you get tired of fighting your own issues with the kidneys and stuff. So, I don't know. I'm a big baby, I guess. But, so yeah, if you're fighting depression, don't be ashamed of it, because I fight it too. I always will. Don't listen to people that are like, oh, I don't need any drugs, I'm just, that's not for me. Well, good. There's not one therapy or one thing that's good for everybody. And don't listen to people that also are cutting down, like, counselors and stuff, because, yeah, there's a lot of really crappy, super crappy ones. But then there are some good ones. And, again, it's not really necessarily the right fit for everybody. Brad is not for counseling. He's not opposed to anybody else doing it, but for himself, and that's his choice. But that's what's going on here. I'll be okay. I try to keep busy with my crafts. I've started, I don't know where my hat is. Do you know where my hat is I made? I would show you the hat I just made. It's the first one of many that I'll be making for, maybe it's in here. I think it is. Yep. That I'll be making for a hat for 50 states to donate. And this is first one of many. So, felt good to do it. Here, right here. I can't have that. So, it felt good to do it. And so, I'll be doing a lot more of those. I believe in giving back to your community. And that's what I'm just. There's people that like to give, whether it's monetary or if it's a service or if it's goods. And I really believe in that. I've gone through my own hardships in my life. Before Brad and I met, the kids and I were homeless briefly. And I know how that feels and how scary it is. And it's not fun putting your 2-year-old and your 4-year-old in bed in a car. And then the heater goes out a few days later. But anyway, I've stood in those cheese lines. I've stood in those, in the wick lines, all of that. And that's before I met Brad. And we've had our own hardships, especially financially, because I've always fought my health. I've been in and out of the hospital. I've had numerous surgeries, etc. And so we've had a lot of super high medical bills, which has just kind of crippled us. It took us forever to get those paid, but we did, and because we didn't want to take out bankruptcy. Not that I'm judging anybody that has. That's your choice. For us, we didn't want to. Sometimes I think maybe it would have been better. But we did what we did, and we gave up the house in Wyoming. Came out even on that and stuff, but we're not perfect people. But to me, people are a lot more important than any amount of money. I could have had Brad have a job where he was out of town all the time. I never wanted that. I never wanted that. We didn't want me to be a working mother. Not that there's anything wrong with that in the whole world. I am not wired that way. I can't take a lot of stress and a lot of pressure. And I wanted to be home with the babies. And I wanted to be as good of a housewife as I could be. And have it be where everything was nice and calm and done when he came home from work. And it was. Mm-hmm. And there was always a meal ready and all of that. We turned down some chances of him being promoted because we didn't want to uproot the family all the time. The kids were old enough and stuff that, once they get being junior high and stuff, it's a lot harder. And and that's just the choices we made. So, we're not perfect people. And, stuff happens. But like I said, I'll give you the shirt off my back anytime. I have. I don't know how many hats we've donated.
Oh, hundreds.
And it's $20 to $30 every month just for shipping. We've donated well over 1,000 hats.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Probably maybe even close to 2,000.
Well, that first hat donation we did, we shipped it out to, it was either Washington, was it?
Washington State.
And I know
we still lived in Wyoming at that time.
Yeah, and there was like 110 hats that went out there.
And then when Ken came, I gave him 100.
Okay.
Because I remember it was like 98, and you guys were outside sitting in the night air, visiting, having a couple beers. And so I quickly finished a couple.
Yep.
I finished one that was on the lumen, and I did a baby one real fast because, don't take any time. That one did be an even 100. And, but usually typically it's 25 to 30. So, and we had gotten up to, it's either state 34 or 38. Cannot remember.
37 or 38.
And so, you okay? So, yeah, we had gotten a lot of, so you do the math on that, and it's a lot of hats, a lot of yarn. Now, I didn't make every hat. My friend Rebecca made some. Kathy, Shoshona.
Somebody else.
There was somebody else.
Wasn't she like up in one of the New England states?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought she was like New York or Pennsylvania. Or,
I know she's probably sitting here going, "It was me, it was me."
yeah.
I think it started with a V. Please, somebody help me out here. Oh, you know who you are, so comment below. But yeah, and so that's been a wonderful giving thing. Um, you know, been really wonderful. I will continue that because I like to do that. So
Well, and how many hats did we give to the local homeless shelter? You know,
here,
the one that Mary and
200.
yeah,
That was 200 hats. Yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah.
That I gave Mary because I had a whole bunch of hats, and then we kind of suspended doing hats for 50 states for a little bit. So I had all these hats, so I gave them to Mary, who the homeless shelter. She lives right behind me. You guys heard me talk about her before. Just going through her own stuff.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, a lot of hats. But I love doing it. I love giving. Brad loves to research the places. And he loves to call them up. He's a social guy. He's a little social butterfly anymore. I'm not that social. I'm an introvert. And, I mean, sometimes he has a hard time getting me to go in places with him because I just rather, like, sit out and watch people, man. But,
Well, I know I'm very good at drawing people out and getting people to
you are.
relax and
You are. So, I can be when I put my mind to it.
yes.
But I don't really like to. I don't really like to. I can be the best social butterfly and so gracious when I want to be, but I just don't want to be very often. So that's just the way I am. So yeah, we're starting that. Gonna be working on that all summer. Um, I'm sure Kathy will when she feels up to it. She's still battling her own personal health issues, and everybody say a prayer for her. Been really rough. And I know Carol and I are going to be doing our nails together. Girlfriend! She is so good at researching out really cheap prices on stuff. I have to tell you, she is top notch. And how many times she'll tell me that this place has this on sale, like food items, and this place, I mean, she's on top of it. And now that I live in an area where there's actually all kinds of different grocery stores, Carol, bring it on, girlfriend. Like, Food Lion has got some awesome prices. I mean, 79 cents a pound for fresh asparagus. I
incredible.
froze 3 pounds of asparagus because we used 1 pound for Easter dinner, but I froze the other 3 pounds. But anyway, we got these kits. We're going to be doing these, how you do the dipping powder on your nails. So I got this kit. It was so important to me to get this right away, and then I haven't done it. But it comes with these 3 different colors, and then it comes with the different stuff because you paint. Let's see, it's got a buffer in it, and then you put the Bond glaze gloss on your first finger. Dip it lightly in with medium pressure to get an even application, and then you dip your finger. Let's see. Dip your finger in powder using the scoop motion. Okay. Tap against the edge of the jar to remove excess. Repeat steps 4 and 5 on each finger of your first hand. And then you apply a generous amount of instant activator on all 5 fingers. And then you repeat the steps on your other hand, and then you shape to file and use the buff to smooth out the surface of the nails. Then you put another coat of the instant activator. Dry swipe and wipe the surface of each nail. Apply the Bond gloss to the first hand. And then you do another coat. So that's pretty cool. So it's got neutral powder color, the red, and then the purple. So I'm excited about that. I did get some tips because All my nails are really short because I never wear gloves when I'm cleaning and stuff. So I did get some tips, and I will greatly cut those down. There's 100 in here. So got those. And then Carol found a really, really great price on go away. Carol found a really great price on at Walmart.com on a whole kit. So we're getting that. And then we're going to FaceTime together and do our nails together just like we were with each other. Because
Sitting in the same room.
I really wish we were, because I really could use a girlfriend to hang out with and do stuff with. This is the best we can do because, we don't live by each other. I think she lives like 7 hours away from me or something. It's, but I want to go visit her. But anyway, then this is color change. And this is, it's supposed to change colors when you put them on your nails according to your mood and stuff. So, and this is all just a dip powder. And so I got the blue and I got the purple. Let's see, there's 6 colors in here. And then this is the darker blue. This is the darker blue. This is like an aqua. This is like a peach color, orangey peach. That would be cool for Halloween. This is this is like a glittery pink called Honey Joy. You guys can't see that glitter? I don't know, does all these have? No, that didn't have any glitter. Neither does that. Neither does that. Neither does that. I like glitter. This has got some glitter in it too. No, I guess they're all called Honey Joy. This one's got some glitter in it too. You see that? So anyway, I'm just waiting, Carol, until our stuff comes in so we could do these. Because I really want to do them, and I thought about doing them, but then I'm like, well, then poor Carol, her little feelings would be hurt because I didn't wait for her. So I want to be a good friend, and I'll wait. So we'll hope they hurry up and come in. It'll be cheaper than going and getting your nails done for sure. She and I talked about that, and so we're going to both give it a try. I think it'll be fun. She has the hardest time getting a decent nail uh, cosmetologist, a nail tech at all. And then she comes home and paints her own nails. But girlfriend, I've seen some of them nail jobs they've been doing on those acrylics, and they are horrendous. I would have never sent a client of mine out the door with some of those wonky ass looking nails. That's just, she come home and try to fix them. So we might as well just do our nails at home. I don't want to do the acrylic. There's been too much trouble with mold and stuff. I'm so allergic to the acrylic, the bottom coat. Forgive me, I can't remember what it's called. I'm so allergic to it. It's just like instantly my nails or my skin around the nails would just puff up and my eyes start watering and I can't breathe. That's part of the reason I had to get out of the business. So, because I was like the nail queen, and I don't know how many pedicures I did, but I used to love my pedicures, huh? Soak his feet, nice hot tub of water.
Oh.
And then at the end, after I rubbed his feet, I shave off all the calluses and file his feet smooth. And then I'd wrap his feet in a warm towel, and he would just kind of melt.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was pretty much toast after that.
But, so yeah, we're going to do that. That'll be fun. I'm not really one much to talk on the phone. I don't really like it. That's why I have so many of you guys that have offered to call me and stuff, and that's why I always just don't, because I hate to talk on the phone. I really don't like to talk on the phone. Brad can even tell you, 'cause sometimes he wants to call me and yak, and I'm like, I get you off phone pretty quick, don't I?
Yes, you do.
I just hate talking on the phone.
And you've always been that way.
And I feel so tied down to it, because it's like you can't really do that much when you're talking on the phone, even when it's on speaker. And definitely if you're doing FaceTime, I want to walk off. and stuff. I don't want to have to, have you stare at me, and I might want to pick my nose or something. But no, but I just don't. I've never, like Brad says, I've never been a big phone talker. I just,
Nope, you have not.
part of me just wants to shave my head, man. This is bothering me so much, and it's not really even that much of an outgrowth yet. It's just that skunk stripe. I guess I could take mascara and color it in. Look at this. Isn't that horrible?
We have Sharpies.
I've done Sharpies on my hair before.
Have you really?
Yeah, remember? There for a while I had like pink stripes in my hair. I took markers and I got the idea from Emily. And it looked pretty cool in my hair because my hair is so, white and silver. But don't color your hair if you're not sure about it and you don't want to have to maintain it because it sucks. It really does. But anyway, that's what we got going on. I'll be okay, guys. It helps to talk about it. A lot of people are going through a lot of depression issues basically because of COVID and everything being shut down. And that's a lot of it is with me because I really want to be able to become part of the artist group. And it's all shut down. And so I feel kind of bewildered. The senior center is still shut down. Gosh, almost everything is. And I'm just feeling a little nuts that way too and it's like Brad and I would like to join a swimming pool place. We love to swim and it's great for exercise and stuff. So it's just so irritating. I'm hoping with everybody getting shots that maybe they'll loosen up some restrictions. When I was in the hospital, there's like, they still make you take a COVID test. That was fun. It's always fun when you get the brain tickle. Like, I mean, up one nostril and then up the other one and swirly, 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 and you're like, woohoo, woohoo, woohoo.
Well, it's got to be better than the Tylenol they gave you down in Tallahassee.
I wasn't aware of that, so it didn't bother me any. Apparently, they gave me a Tylenol up the bunghole. I did not know it. No, they were the doctor talking to me, and he was discharging me. It's how you like how they don't tell you until they're letting you go. Sorry. Yeah. He was funny about it too. He had a good sense of humor. It was like he's like, you don't want to know, but I'm like, what else did they do to me? So, and if you notice that my face is kind of rounder than normal, I'm kind of swollen. I am kind of swollen. What does this look like? Don't say. Anyway, I want to show you this real quick and then I'll let you go because I know you're probably like, right? Anyway, let me show you. My phone case, because the other one was 3 years old and like part of the mineral oil that they use in here was all like evaporated or whatever.
Leaked out.
Yeah, so this one, it has this, so and it's pretty. It's got the bling, right? But anyway, I'm almost done with this. I have just a couple colors left, so it's close enough that I can show you. So.
Oh, that is pretty.
Isn't that pretty? Look, hon.
I know, that is pretty.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
So, yeah. I'm going to do a nice, it's a woman, but she's got this great big flower head. That stuff is pretty cool art piece, so I'm going to do that.
I can't wait till those,
I didn't tell him about that.
Oh.
Initially I ordered one of the photo ones. You can take a photo and then they'll make it into a diamond painting. So I ordered one that was Brad and I at a beach when we first got to Florida. So then when he got a small settlement, which I can't talk about. But anyway, I ordered 3 more. I ordered one of his late mother. It was our favorite picture of her. We ordered one of his grandmother. And I ordered one of Missy, my dachshund. You guys remember her. And in this picture, she's on my lap in the Jeep, and there's like this red glow, and she just looks so pretty in it. And it's my favorite picture of her, so they're going to make all of those into diamond paintings for me to do and stuff, so I'm very excited. And then in a couple of months, I'd like to get one of Charlie made and one of Nixie. Um, and then we want to do one of Bitsy, Brad's favorite cat of all time. And so we're going to do that. I mean, I didn't cry this time when I looked at the photos because we always miss Grandma. I don't know. See, this is part of the problem. It's even reducing, because right now I've had to reduce my antidepressant anxiety med by half. Is I'm so overly emotional, but we always miss Grandma, and we will till we see her again. She was such a wonderful woman. I know I've told you guys before. You'd walk in the room, sit there and hold her hand, and nobody had to say a word, and you just felt completely at peace. Oh, she loved me, and she loved Brad, and she loved me, and I miss her so much. You never get enough time with somebody like that. And then his mom, I find I really missed his mom, even though she and I had our differences. But it's like when you're in the hospital, she would always be one of the first people up there to see you. She would always be so concerned and stuff. And I do miss her. And it makes me very sad, all of the pain and anguish she had to go through. You know, that makes me very sad. You don't want that for anybody. I guess part of the reason I'm feeling emotional is my friend Wendy passed away Sunday morning. And she had fought cancer long and hard, and nobody expected her to go so fast. I mean, I had just talked to her the day before on text message. We had always wanted to meet because she was only 2 hours from me, but her health and my health always prevented it. She was my first friend here in North Carolina. Really my only friend. And she passed away Easter morning. And that's really hard. Another one of my friends, her son is 13 and he has so many health problems. I'm not going to go into all of them, but he's dying. And he's on a lot of morphine and other drugs, trying to even control the pain. And I don't think any parent should have to ever go through watching their child slowly die. And then they've had people say, oh, well, he doesn't look that sick and stuff. And I mean, because he doesn't moan or cry out about the pain. And it's just, I was talking with her some today. With everything going on, she's more concerned about how I'm doing.
Amazing people out there, isn't there?
So if you're watching Jackie, know that I love you guys. And tell Daniel that we know he's not faking it. And then we love him too. And we're praying.
And I wish I could take his pain away, even if it was just for a short while.
You know, that poor boy has known so much pain. Nobody should, no kid should have to know that much pain. I'm sorry.
No.
I told Brad I'm getting afraid to make friends because a lot of them keep passing away. And it's really hard. And it reminds you that life is so fragile. I was talking with my friend Joe about Bob. He's the one that was just tragically killed and being hit from the being uh, rear-ended, and I think the guy was going like 70 miles an hour at least. And you know, we all had so many plans to go do things together, and Brad wanted to go fishing with them, and you and Bob were gonna go shooting.
Yep.
They had all kinds of plans. These guys, they hit it off, and of course Joe and I just hit it off. And I told her I don't feel like I've been a very good friend because I don't know what to say. You know, I don't know what to say. I don't know what's okay to say. You hate to go, well, Brad and I did this or Brad and I did that when she's sitting there with empty arms. You know, because her life just stopped. And she and I were talking. I'm like, you must feel like your life has stopped and everybody else's life is going on. Because, you know, if I had killed somebody with my vehicle, I would never be able to forgive myself. He got hit so hard that it's basically broken neck instantly. And I still can't believe he's gone. I don't think any of us can. His little 5-year-old granddaughter was just heartbroken because her papa was everything to her, you know? I'm sorry. But she said it helps when we mention him, you know, because you don't want to feel like everybody has forgotten him, and we'll never forget the time we spent with you guys up there. You guys were so kind. You guys welcomed us into your home. You even let us bring in our dogs and our cat, and Joe is terrified of cats. And I mean, and at that time we had 3 dogs. And I mean, they went and got chicken. I mean, they just opened up their whole home to us and was just couldn't have been nicer.
Well, and Missy, she never liked anybody. I mean, she liked you and me, and we were it. But in the way of, but I don't remember if it was.
It was Bob.
Yeah, that she just kind of latched on
Oh
to
yeah,
when.
she loved him, and he loved her. I mean, the minute he saw her, he just was, you know.
Yeah.
He was such a wonderful man, and I mean, they made such a great couple. And it just it breaks my heart to see, and I don't know what to say because where does she go from now? You know?
And it's easier for an outsider to say, well, you just got to move on.
Yeah, move on to what? That Bob was everything to her.
Yeah.
I mean, move on to doing what? It's like, I'm so afraid of losing you. You know, you were on your worst days. And we were talking about that Brad slowly is kind of losing more and more like balance and sensation and stuff. And, you know, it's hard watching that. Like a year ago, he was still able to walk with one cane. But I have to tell you guys, that rollator has been wonderful for him. And it's going on an hour mark. I'm sorry. So you guys probably watching this in little 5-minute increments because nobody can probably take me for a solid hour. Seriously, I can be a little intense, and I'm sorry.
I apologize.
But the rollator has been a wonderful thing for him because it really is helping him walk so much better. I mean, he takes it outside. He takes it everywhere right now, but he takes it outside and he's like, all over the yard. We went ahead with the bigger wheel, which I'm glad because it really does help.
Racing slicks.
And I mean, he takes it like we went to the doctor and stuff. You would think, what's the big difference between a rollator and a walker? Well, a rollator, since you're not having to pick up and take steps like with the walker, makes it where you're able to walk a little bit better and stuff. He's able to walk faster.
It's got brakes.
It's got brakes, and then when he gets tired, he can sit down and stuff. So it really has helped a lot. So I'm happy to see that, So I'm sorry for being so emotional, but I want you guys to take the time to tell people how important they are and how much you love them. Take the time to be with people. It's not the money that's an important thing here, guys. I wish everybody could understand this. Yes, money is nice. But, depending on what you believe in, you will be provided for. Maybe not in the way you want to be, but you will be provided for. As long as you're doing your absolute best. But you can never get back today. So don't waste it. Don't waste every single day because, like I told Brad, you never know when you walk out that door if you're guaranteed you're coming back. Another YouTuber called The Needy, and it's Kneady, Homestead, I think it is. She and her husband and their 2 young children. The daughter's 5 and the son is 8. Went out on Valentine's night to a Thai restaurant. And then when they left and they were coming home, they were hit head on by a drunk driver who had a blood alcohol of 0.345. They don't even know how he was even able to climb in his vehicle. He hit him head on. Her husband was killed instantly. Her son had 2 broken arms. One with a compound fracture. And then I think it was a broken leg. I'm not sure. Her daughter had a broken arm. And her collarbone and I think shoulder or something. I know she's in a neck brace. They're staying with her sister. And then she has all kinds of severe injuries. I can't remember all what they are. She's still in the hospital. You just never know. You just never know. So please take the time to tell people that you love them. Show them. Don't talk down to them. realize that there's nothing more important than people and love and caring. It's not the almighty dollar. I guess I'm just wired differently, and I think maybe that's part of the reason that Brad fell in love with me in the first place is because I'm not all about the money at all. I've been poor and I've had a little bit more money, and I'll be poor and I might have a little more money in the future, but I only have the people in my life, and each one is not replaceable at all. You got anything to say about your crazy ass wife and her being all up in her emotions?
Nope. Nope. But you think that sometimes you think you're crazy. Sometimes you think you're a basket case, but um, you give more sound advice than anybody else I know, and that's one of the things I'm so proud of you is that
Sorry.
you don't forget what's important.
You know, we got sent all these Kleenex. You think I can ever find one around when I need one? But I'm so sorry, guys. Just been kind of a tough week already. And,
Take the whole box.
it has been kind of a tough week. And, I got my feelings hurt. And I'll be okay. But, I didn't do it. But I'm so tired of saying goodbye to people we love. You know. But anyway, I'm going to finish this diamond painting. I have just a couple little colors to do and probably get another one out and stuff. I should have taken another water pill today, but I'm going to do it tomorrow. I won't take it now.
No, it's too late in the day.
Will you start dinner? But I'll do the Spanish rice. Well, I can walk you through it. Not hard. You know how to. You could fake it. I know you could fake it. He's a very good cook. In fact, he cooks so much anymore that really, when I attempt to, it's not like my spaghetti sauce, not near like his, but I'm sorry. I've just been going through a lot. And I feel like I'm coming in unhinged lately. You know, I feel like my husband is kind of disappearing right in front of me, and I know you hate it when I say that, but, you know,
Still here.
not that great big strapping guy that everybody was afraid of. I mean, they still are, but
Oh, I still can scare people.
I mean, he used to work security, and I mean physical security, not just like walking around, at a mall or something. I mean, like rap concerts and tackling people and all of that. I mean, no wonder your back's fucked up. But it's hard watching your spouse struggle so much. I know you hate it when you see me struggling. Because sometimes I have a difficult time standing and stuff. Not like him, but might just because I might be so swollen that, um, you know, or I might be having a flare or whatever. But please be nice to each other because there's enough jackasses out there. We don't need to be more of them. You know, be nice to people. You never know what somebody else is going through. You know, they might appear like they're fine. You know, watch the tears roll down my chubby cheeks. But anyway, I'm sorry, guys. If you're still watching this, I'll be amazed. I will be okay. I just going through a lot, and I wish that you guys, my friends, lived closer. Cause I sure could use. I sure could use you guys around. You know, sometimes you think about. I always been extremely family oriented. I was the one. We always put on the big holiday dinners. You know, the more people, the better. I sure do miss those days when the kids were all small. One Christmas, we bought all of the kids these laser pistols that made all those sounds. So if you can imagine, there were about 8 kids running around his mother's house, pretending like they were playing, and with those laser pistols going off. I think the adults finally took them all away.
Well, and we even gave them extra batteries.
Yes, we did. That's the kind of person we are. If we buy a toy for a child, we make sure there's batteries.
Yes.
We will buy extra batteries included with the gift.
Yes.
You know. So there'll be none of this, oh, they don't make batteries for that. No, we told Junior and we gave him. But I sure do miss those days. At least you felt like you had a family that wanted to be around, you know. And then they quit coming around because we weren't drinkers. So, we would have like a holiday dinner, but we weren't, serving any alcohol because we not drinkers, and
that wasn't important to us.
Yeah. So, yeah, I know it's leaking. But I miss those days. But I'll be okay. Probably might not see another video for a couple weeks until I get back on my antidepressants, because this is going to be fun. You might need to lock me in the bedroom. But anyway, I love you guys. And I do cherish your friendship so very much. And, we're all in this together. If you want to private message me, do that. If you want to send me a email, you can do that. Or you can leave a comment. Brad reads them all. He tells me if there's some that he thinks that I need to, sometimes just even a friendly hang in there. I'm okay. You probably get tired of hearing that all the time.
No.
And I'll be alright, guys. Sometimes I just have kind of a bad day. So, I love you guys. I do cherish your friendship so very much. And, make each day count. And, make those memories. And I think you're awesome. And say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.